students, it is time for Monday motivation. So first of all, let's just be honest with ourselves. It's easy to say we want to feel better emotionally or spiritually, but if we're not even nourishing our bodies, how can we expect our minds and our hearts to thrive? So today I want to talk about hydration, but not just the kind that comes from water, but the kind that begins in our body but spills over to our mind and spirit. If you're feeling foggy or fatigued, or overwhelmed or just plain stuck, this is your gentle invitation to start with your body. Your healing begins right there. So hi friends, if we haven't met before, my name is Terry Stirk. I am a wellness coach and author. So let's begin with this grounded wisdom. Start with the body and the rest begins to align. It is so true, especially for women like us who are healing from traumatic situations like major illnesses and other trauma. So today's focus is on nourishing the body as the first step to hydrating the whole being, your whole self, including your mind and spirit. I'm excited to welcome a special guest today, someone I admire for her no-nonsense approach to nutrition. So let's welcome culinary nutritionist Stacy Davis.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a while.
It has. So Stacy, would you go ahead and introduce yourself to the group?
Yeah, so I'm Stacy. I'm a culinary dietitian. I've been a dietitian, I think, for 21 years now. I don't want to count anymore because it keeps going up. But yeah, I've been a dietitian. I've been working with people touched by cancer for the past probably 17, 18 years. And I fell in love with the industry. I love my patients, my clients, just helping them feel better before treatment, after treatment, and during treatment, because I feel like sometimes during treatment's hard, but the aftermath, it becomes a little bit more challenging. So that's where I focus. But to help people make food fun, it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be a battle, because sometimes it becomes a battle and there's so much misinformation out there. So I want to help make nutrition easy for everybody and not as stressful as it could be.
Yeah, so let's start with water.
Yes, which I'm like constantly drinking. I try.
Me too.
Listen, I'm honest. Like I said, I find it very difficult to drink water sometimes. And especially I live in South Florida. It's very hot down here. And sometimes you need more water than normal. And if you are going through treatment, after treatment, whatever, the hydration is so important. I'm sure you've heard the nurses tell you, the doctors tell you, drink, drink, drink. But sometimes it's very difficult to drink water when we're not feeling well, just the thought of it. So it's coming up with ways to get you to drink more water, to make it more fun. But water is so important. I mean, I'll give a little, we talk about hydration, but it's important for our digestion. It's important for our, nutrients, our oxygen. It's so important to do it more often.
So let's start out with a little quote I read recently.
Okay.
Your body is a vessel. When it's empty, everything feels heavier, including your emotions. So why don't we start with a mini challenge? How about, as you're watching this video, commit to drink 8 ounces of water while you watch. How's that?
But
get us started.
And I think that's fun. And I tell clients to do this all the time. I'm like, make it a drinking game. Okay, remember back in college, you would always play drinking games if it's beer pong or whatever. But now we got to make it more fun with water. So, you know, like Terry said, during this little video, try to drink 8 ounces of water. How about if you're laying in bed watching TV, every time a commercial is on, drink water. Every time you hear something political, drink water. Every time you hear whatever it is, make it fun. Just because otherwise you're not going to do it. So if you want to play drinking games, why not?
Yeah, so many women say they're tired all the time. Could
Yeah.
dehydration be part of that?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest things. People are tired. I mean, and I think sometimes it is. Sometimes medication makes you fatigue. And once again, not going to lie, sometimes it's easier. We're tired, we're fatigued. We just want to lay on the couch and watch Netflix. But that doesn't help with the fatigue. But sometimes it's just that we're not hydrated enough. We need to drink water. We need to move. But even with the fatigue too, the exercise is important. Not even exercise, just moving more. That could be a game too. Every time the commercial goes on, do a few squats, walk around, do laundry. All of that counts as movement too. But the hydration is really important. And some people ask me, well, how do I know if I'm hydrated or not? And you could tell by your skin, you could tell by your urine. So let's talk about urine. Hopefully no one's eating. But when you go to the bathroom, going to the bathroom, we all do it. So we got to talk the poop, but it tells you a lot if you're hydrated or not. So urine, the color. If it is a bright yellow color, you're dehydrated. If it's like a pale white or clear, you're hydrated. Also, you could look at your skin. So if you take your skin, let's take over here, and you pinch it and you let go of it and it stays like pinched like that, that's a sign of dehydration. You want it to go back to normal really fast. So those are different things you could do to see if you're hydrated or not. Your poop, okay, that could be a sign too. If your poop looks like pebbles or little round dots, balls, that's a sign of dehydration too. It's also a sign of constipation, but it could be because you're not drinking enough fluids. So knowing what's in the toilet is important too.
So are there other things besides water that we can drink that would help too? Because sometimes water just gets boring and
It does. And and I'm always telling people flavor it up. If you want to think of a spa, add your cucumber, add your mint to it. That counts as fluids. If you like watermelon, strawberries, add it to your water. Even there's some, I work out of my pantry, so I have things right here to show you. But even these are electrolyte drinks. So it flavors up the water and at least you're getting some sodium and potassium in it to give your cells some nourishment. There's no sugar in here. So this is a good one. Even if you do your non-dairy milks, this one, whatever non-dairy milk you have, any liquid counts as fluids too. If you have soups, if you have ice pops, your fruits, your vegetables, they all count as fluids too. It doesn't have to just be plain old water. Even I like bubbly water, LaCroix or something like that. At least it has some flavor. It doesn't have extra calories to it. Or even this is Aldi's non-sweetened tea. It counts as fluids. So,
right.
you could take all of that into account. It doesn't have to just be plain old water, but make water fun if it is hard for you to get it in and it doesn't taste good. I don't know if anyone's going through treatment, but sometimes the taste in your mouth is off and you have to drink water. So add lemon to it, add citrus to it, add mangoes to it, whatever it is that you enjoy, just to flavor it up.
Those are all great. So that leads us into nourishing our body with food.
Yeah.
So how do we feed ourselves like we love ourselves?
I think we want to nourish our bodies. I use the car for an example. We take care of our car. We take it for oil changes. We put good gas in it if we, when it's cheap. But when we put the gas in the car, it makes it run well. You're not going to put dirt in your car because it's not going to make it It's not going to run. The same thing with us. When we put good nutrients in our body, we run better than if we ate, a lot of high sugar foods, processed foods, all of that. We don't run as well as we should. So the more nutrients we put in our body, the better off. I mean, we should think of food as, like we said, is nourishment. Yes, it should be pleasurable, but the main point of eating is to nourish our bodies to make it run as well as possible. And we don't do that,
When we're healing,
Yeah.
too, we need nourishment, and those things help the cells to heal.
Sure. Yeah. And when we put good things in our body, we run well. The cells, like the good cells that we want to reproduce, they reproduce better. But sometimes it's hard. You're going through treatment, you don't feel well. Sometimes you do just want, the carbs or a bagel or things. But it's like, okay, let's take that into account, but let's add more nutrients to it. So let's just say you were craving a croissant. I don't know why I have that on my head, but a croissant. Okay, but let's add some tuna to it. Let's add some cucumber and tomatoes and radishes and arugula. Like, you could add so many vegetables to it to give it more nourishment than just eating a bagel or a croissant.
Yeah, and it'll be more filling and sustaining too.
Yeah. Yep.
So how does nourishing our bodies also support our emotional and spiritual healing? The rest of us.
Yeah, I think when we put good things in our body, we feel better about ourselves. We're more positive, things just work better. So when we have a healthy mind, a healthy body, it's all related. Our mind, our stomach, it's all connected.
Yeah.
So we want a healthy gut to have a healthy brain. We need a healthy brain to have a healthy gut. So
it all goes together.
It does. And I know myself, when I eat, the pizza and the cheesecake and, the fast food, you feel like sluggish and you don't feel as good. But when you're eating the fresh fruit and the salad and the vegetables, you just feel better. So it's all correlated.
So many women are stuck in this all or nothing. Like, maybe they started out the day eating very well, but by the end of the day, not so well. So what's one gentle, I say gentle, first step that someone could take today?
Just do it. Whatever it is, even if it's drinking the water, even if it is eating the apple, one meal, one snack, one food, one meal, isn't going to make or break you. It's perfectly fine. So let's just say you had a huge breakfast of, I don't know, like pancakes and bacon and sausage and all that stuff. And you're like, well, whatever, I'm just going to eat what I want. No, it's over. You enjoyed it. You were happy. That's fine. Let's move on from it. We got to start small, and every meal, every snack is a new time. Like, don't beat yourself up. It is okay. You're a human. And if that's what you wanted and it made you happy, I'm happy for you, because food shouldn't be stressful,
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's not all or nothing. You have to look at the whole big picture of everything, It's not one meal. It's what you do consistently,
So can you talk a bit about balancing our blood sugar and how that impacts our mood and our energy?
Yeah, so blood sugar is so important. It's not just for diabetes, but I'm always talking about how we want to have our blood sugars, balanced out. So let's just go back to basics for a second. Carbohydrates is what raises your blood sugar. Carbs are your rice, your pasta, your bread, your potatoes, your fruit, all are carbohydrates. And when you eat them, they break down to sugar and it raises your blood sugar level. That's normal. But if you pair your carbs with protein and fat, it's going to balance it out even more. So the fruit is the biggest one. So if you are having a fruit, it's best not to eat it alone. Have it with some protein and fat. So some examples are your banana with peanut butter. If you want an apple with nuts, or cheese, apple and cheese go well together. your berries and your yogurt, your cottage cheese and your peaches are
Mhm.
great combinations. You just don't want to do it by yourself because just think, you eat it like watermelon because watermelon's been so popular and I've been buying like 2 watermelons a week. But when you eat it, it's a lot of water. Like it's very hydrating, but usually after, in 20 minutes, you're hungry again because it's not that filling. It's a lot of water. But if you pair it with protein and fat, it'll fill you up a lot longer. So that's not going to give you the hypoglycemia and the hyperglycemia. It'll keep
Yeah.
you more stable, which helps with your mood. So the carbs, don't eat by itself. Don't eat your carbs naked. You always want to pair it.
That's really good advice,
Mm.
Stacy. What is your favorite simple meal that you turn to when you have low energy and you just want to feel better?
So nowadays, I've been craving. It is Good Culture cottage cheese. I don't know if you
Mhm.
guys have had it or heard of it, but it's cottage cheese,
Yeah.
but it has probiotics in it, which is great because it's great for the gut instead of yogurt. So it's something different. And I put my berries in it and I put my basil seeds in it. And that's like an easy meal or snack that I could just throw together. Because sometimes I don't feel like cooking. I love cooking, but just sometimes you don't want to. Like that's what I had for dinner the other night because
Yeah.
feel like cooking. So,
And
but
when it's
my
when
go
it's warm, it's nice to eat cold food, I think.
yes. And also like soups are great too, and if it is cold out, um,
Yeah.
just to have them in the freezer. Like I love making foods and freezing it. So for days that I don't feel like cooking, at least I know I have healthy meals in the freezer. But the cottage cheese and the fruit has been my go-to recently. I go through phases of,
Yeah. Yeah, I get that too. So let's move on to, I call it rest and rhythms,
uh-huh.
because we get in a rhythm every morning.
Yes.
At least I do. So how do we connect our nourishment to our sleep?
Hmm.
To make sure that we get good sleep at night and we wake well rested.
Yep. So I work with a sleep doctor and I love talking to him because he's an integrative medicine doctor, but he also specializes in sleep. So when we discuss it, and I know it's very difficult because we are very, I don't, most people are TV oriented and computer or like phone oriented, but he told me the bedroom is for two things only, and they
Mhm.
both begin with X, with S. Sleep and sex. Those are the two things that you should be doing in your room to get quality sleep. We shouldn't be looking at the phones. We shouldn't be watching TV. We should stop watching TV 2 hours before we go to sleep. I'm just repeating what he says. And I know it's very difficult because most people do watch, TV before you go to sleep, but it could get the mind going. So if we have a good sleep hygiene or sleep like routine before we go to sleep, it helps us sleep
Mhm.
better and that helps us, our body replenish itself. So if it's taking a hot shower before you sleep, listening to a meditation, things like that help you sleep better. And we want quality sleep too.
And
Everyone's different.
we know there's foods also
Yes.
that can wreak havoc on our sleeping.
Yes. Alcohol is one of them. We shouldn't, we don't want to eat 2 hours before we go to sleep, but there's foods too that help us with our sleep. Like pumpkin seeds is something, tart cherry juice is another thing you could have before you go to sleep to help you sleep better. But
Okay.
yeah, we don't want to eat big meals, drink alcohol before we go to sleep.
Yeah, and as another term, lifestyle
Yeah.
nourishment. Lifestyle nourishment is everything we've talked about is a lifestyle. It's not like a temporary thing. It's something we can just do forever.
Right.
So, what do we say to women who feel guilty about paying attention to their own needs and slowing down and caring for themselves?
it's not selfish. Like, we have to do it. And sometimes it's very difficult to do. I mean, I haven't been through cancer treatment or anything, but I just know as a mom, like being a first time mom, you feel like you have to do for everyone else. And it's really, you can't take care of anyone else if you're not fine yourself. So you need to take care of yourself. I'm always talking about self-care, and self-care does not have to mean spending money. Like, it doesn't mean that you have to get a massage or go get your nails done or things like that. Self-care could be sitting in your pantry like I am, just giving yourself like a hand massage, or just sitting and breathing. It could be, even if it is watching that TV show you want to do and telling everyone to leave you alone. Like, you need to take care of yourself, because you can't, what is it? You can't pour more liquid into the cup if you're,
If your cup is already full.
if you're already full. Like, how could you help anyone else? And especially if there's any caregivers, if you're going through treatment and you're a caregiver, like, it's a lot. So you need to take care of yourself too. It's one of the most unselfish things to do. You need to take care of you. You're the most important person. Can't take care of you, can't do anything else.
That's so true. And it's hard, especially as women, as
Yes.
We're wives, we're moms, we're caregivers to elderly parents.
Yep.
We're the sandwich generation a lot of times.
Yep.
So let's tie it all together.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about our body, we're
Mm-hmm.
also talking about mind and spirit. So I said in the beginning that first step is nourishing our body.
Mm-hmm.
How does that help? How does what we eat impact our mindset and our emotional health, especially for women that are healing from a serious illness? They have lots of stress,
Yep.
anxiety about tests that are coming up,
Mm-hmm.
treatments that are coming up. So what can we do to help our body, but also help our mindset and emotional health?
I think we have to give ourselves grace, and it's okay. Take one meal at a time, take one day at a time, and make your life simple as possible. Like, we talk about cooking and eating healthy, but it doesn't have to be gourmet meals. Like, it doesn't have to be extravagant meals that you're making from scratch all the time. Keep it simple. Like,
Yeah.
even if you have to buy a chicken that's already cooked, like one of those rotisserie chicken, that's perfectly fine. Even if you buy the bags of salad or the hard-boiled eggs that are already boiled for you, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to think that I have to make everything from scratch and I have to cook the chicken and do that. Or even nowadays, there's so many meal delivery services that either one, it could send you meals that all you have to do is heat up, but they'll send you meals too that you could put together and learn how to cook if you want to do that. But you got to give yourself grace. And there's so many options out there to help you eat better.
Right.
We're
And
not
no
perfect.
stress.
Yeah.
No stress at mealtime, especially when we have little ones to feed,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, I did make fun of my brother once because I saw him with the bag of boiled eggs. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it takes 12 minutes to boil eggs. I mean, he was like, he was a college kid and he's like, I don't know how to boil eggs. So I showed him how to do it. And yes, it's simple. But now, if you're not feeling well and you don't have the energy to make hard boiled eggs because you have to peel them and do all of that, I totally get it. Buy the hard boiled eggs already done for you, peeled. It's a great source of protein. It's something easy for you to do. Even, like I said, I'm in my pantry. Like, these tuna meals are great. Like, it's something easy just to take out, pop the top. You're getting protein from it. You're getting a little vegetable from it. But then buy a bag of salad and dump this on it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine. But we got to keep it simple. And whatever
That's
you can
right.
do, it's better than nothing.
Keep it simple.
Keep it
Another word I use a lot is being intentional.
Yeah.
And so talk about meal planning a little bit.
Yeah, I think meal planning, meal prepping definitely helps, because if it's in the house and it's already done for you, you're more likely to do it. Once again, I'm straightforward. If I have a watermelon on my counter and I'm hungry right now, I am not cutting up a watermelon. I am going to
Mhm.
grab whatever is easiest for me. I might grab the tuna, I might grab chips, but I'm not going to cut the watermelon. However, if the watermelon was cut for me in the refrigerator, I'm more apt to do it. So, having things prepped and ready for you is half the battle. I do work with clients where I have meal plans already done for people, where it's like customizable. You go in and change it up. I don't believe in following meal plans to a T, because I think we have life and you shouldn't
Yeah.
follow a a strict regimen, because I want you to learn how to eat healthy without following exactly what to eat. But at least it gives you ideas of different foods to make. You don't need to know 20 different recipes, just five different recipes and you're set. But having the stuff prepped and ready for you, like my thing on Sundays is prepping everything. So I have my standards. I make my hard boiled eggs. I make my quinoa. I do green beans that are blanched, so they're partially cooked. And I have chicken that's sous vide. Just those ingredients I could eat all week, you know?
Mhm.
So you just keep it simple. You don't like that chicken that I sous vide. Now I can add it to a stir fry. I could add it to a soup. I can make chicken salad with it. I could,
Mhm.
it's just so versatile and it's cooked. It's done. I don't have
Right.
to now cut and cook chicken. We want to keep it simple. Even fish is great to have in the house. I have a ton of fish in the freezer just because if I want it, let it defrost and grill it up. We're done,
Mhm.
you know?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, we talked about a lot.
But the water is so important. And like,
Absolutely.
I want to, we should have done like every time you see me pick up my water bottle, you take a drink. Um, But if you have it with you, you're more apt to drink it. If I sat in this room with no water, that means I'm not going to drink it. So you have to make it fun. Even sometimes, and
Mhm.
I at work, sometimes I get busy and I don't think about it, but I set my alarm. I set my phone alarm to go off to remind me to drink. If
Mhm.
sometimes I forget. But at least that helps me. You could get a big water bottle with the times on it. You have to figure out what works for you, or
That's
even
right.
first thing in the morning, drink 8 ounces of water before you go in the shower. Okay, that's 8 ounces done. Now I'm going to drink another 8 ounces before I drink my coffee. So now it's what, 7 in the morning, and you already drank 16 ounces of water. I mean, that's great. Now for breakfast, drink another 8 ounces before you eat breakfast, 8 ounces before you eat lunch, 8 ounces before you eat dinner. We're at our how many ounces we need. So we want to keep it simple. Keep goals for yourself of the water. You could break it down like that, or break it down in
Mhm.
other ways, however works for you. Okay, this is 30 ounces. I want to drink it before noon. Okay, just coming up with those goals to help you increase the fluids.
Those are great ideas, Stacy.
Yeah.
So we're getting towards the end. I like to end with a call to action because I think it's important that the listeners are able to take something we said and actually do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to ask everyone who's listening, what's one way you'll nourish your body today? Can you eat a full, a real breakfast in the morning with fats and proteins and carbohydrates? Can you drink a full glass of water right after you get out of bed? Can you take a walk in the sunshine? Or can you go to bed 30 minutes earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us in the comments what you're choosing today. So that's your call to action. Stacy, I want to thank you so much for coming. Do you want to tell the listeners where they can learn more about the work that
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah, sure. You could find me on Instagram at cancer.nutrition.coach. I have my website, flavorfulnutrition.com. And then also starting next week, I have my 21-day sugar challenge, which I am so excited about. This is the second time we're doing it, but it's to help you reduce your sugar intake and learn about all the hidden sugars. Every day you get an email of a challenge to do, something to do, an actionable step, like Terry said, to get you going. It's not about not having sugar anymore. It's just about being more aware and reducing the amount of sugar. So you could find me there. We had a great time last time we did it. We did it last month. But yeah, and I work one-on-one with clients when needed.
So, Stacy, can we put a link in the group or information in our group?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be helpful because I think it sounds wonderful. I'm going to sign up for it myself.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just, I want to bring awareness to it because there's so much hidden sugar and there's so much fear of sugar. And there doesn't have to be a fear of it. We could still eat it and enjoy it, but just to become more aware of where it's hiding because it's in a lot of places.
Okay, thanks so much everyone for joining. And Stacy, it was great to have you today.
Thank you for having me. It was great seeing everyone.
So tell us in the comments what you're going to choose today. I'd also like to know how you felt afterward. Because if you actually drink a full glass of water, pay attention to how it makes you feel. Sometimes we just sip, 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 but we don't really drink that whole glass. Drink the whole glass at one sitting and see how you feel. I'm cheering you on. Anything comes up, just reach out. Have a good evening. Goodbye.